Yeah, I'll check out the Attack on Titan trailer that dropped. The Final Chapters Special 2. Nice. This is like the third final season. Yeah, the way they've been naming this has been fucking horrible. Season 4 was called the final season. Now it's the final chapters. So they had the final season part 1, the final season part 2, and final chapters special 1, final chapters special 2. It's so stupid. Thanks to Prime Barp. The Bits Peanut. No, I didn't see any of those leaks. They're just milking the hype. Yeah, but I think they've done themselves a huge disservice from it. The hype would still be there if they didn't just keep calling everything final whatever. Final season part 1 of part 1. Thanks to Resub Cinnamon Toast. The Resub Iverson. Have you read any good books lately, or listened to any podcasts at all? I do neither of those things. Thanks to 5 gift subs, Chris. So no. Thanks to the Bits Rizukiel. This guy's a comic book writer. What does that have to do with reading books and listening to podcasts? Those two things are not even in the same realm. I don't get why you don't read manga, though. What the fuck, I do. I even talked about starting reading manga like a year and a half ago. I do. Actively. But I don't read books. Manga are books. Oh, we're getting into that debate now. I don't put those usually in the same category. Like, I wouldn't call Godslap a book. It's a comic, right? I make the same distinction for manga. But yeah, if you want to extend it, then yeah, I guess I read books when it comes to manga. A comic book. So when you ask someone, what's your favorite book, and they reply with Superman, are you like, oh, that makes sense? I imagine most people probably wouldn't answer with a comic when asked about reading books. You're digging yourself a hole, yikes. What's your favorite book? Spider-Man? I don't understand. I think there's a very, very clear distinction between, like, a novel and a comic and a manga. I think they're very different things. When I think of reading books, I'm thinking of, obviously, novels. These are the Bits Corporate. No, I'm not getting anything on the summer sale. I haven't bought anything on the summer sale in a while. Manga comes from light novels, which are books in your case. I guess in name, sure. But again, that's not what I think of when I hear someone talking about being a big reader of books. I wouldn't picture, like, a weeb. Like, for example, if someone said, like, I'm a huge reader, in fact, I love The Man Who Forgot How to Poop. It is a book, and it's a child's book. It's a picture book. Does that count, I guess? I feel like there's just a fair distinction to make between, like, the comic industry and novels. That definitely counts. Oh, okay, I guess so then. Whatever. I think that's very silly. These are the Bits Rizukiel. So if comics aren't books, what are they? Comics. It's an entire industry. Do comics make it to, like, what the fuck is it called? The bestseller list? Or, Jesus, New York Times best author whatever list? Do they count? Do they make a distinction in the industry? That's an actual question. I'm curious. Let's see. Where is the criteria? It doesn't. Why doesn't it say? Thanks the Bits Pox and the Resub Schnoz. It doesn't give me the criteria for what it takes to be there. But it looks like it there's like a section for New York Times for graphic and manga suggestions, I guess. I guess that counts then? Because it says anything that sells 5,000 is considered a New York Times bestseller, regardless of what it is. Some of these aren't even comics, manga, or books. It's just anything that sells 5,000 of anything. What do you mean comics are called trade series? It's the first time I've heard that term. Thanks, Resub Diamond. And no, I haven't heard that before, corporate. Exhibits flashlight. Yeah, I didn't realize this was such a passionate debate. Newspaper comics are not books. Why wouldn't that fall into the same category? They make entire, like, hardcovers for newspaper comics. Why is that not a book then? You're the only one debating. Are your eyes closed? What the fuck? Chat's like split right down the middle on it. Anything with a cover and binding is a book. Okay, fair enough. My favorite book is National Geographic magazine. I used to read the shit out of that then. Playboy. Playboy is some fine reading. Those are good books. Thanks, Resub Crabs. The publishing name for a collection of comics is called a trade. Trade paperback bookbinding. It's like calling a hot dog a sandwich. I didn't realize that was another, like, passionate debate either, I guess, to be fair. The whole hot dog being a sandwich thing. Anything you can buy at the Scholastic Book Fair. Thanks, Resub Scott and Doctor. Now, we'll just work under the definition that legitimately anything printed and binded is a book. So, Playboy readers are literature enthusiasts as well. We'll just extend the medium. So instead of breaking into subcategories, it'll just be everything. So comics, manga, porn, magazine, picture books. And we could just work under that. Brochures are books, by definition, I guess. Is the prime ind, and the resub unstable, and petrol. Our restaurant menus books. Depends on the size of them, I guess. Cheesecake Factory would probably be a novel then. Again, this is just going pure brain off. Everything is a book, I guess. I think it's always important to have distinctions where I wouldn't necessarily group Playboy and reading porn as being a book reader, but chat does not like that take very much, I guess. Well, some of chat doesn't like that. I think comics and manga are its own separate category aside from just books, novels, but again, we'll just break down all the barriers then. Bad game night anytime soon? Yeah. After some Golem runs. Thanks to Bits Madison, I do want to try it. I'll do some more only up runs tomorrow. Then probably some Golem runs. I'm getting pretty far in Final Fantasy 16, so I'll be done pretty soon. And we'll start other wacky shit.